good morning. Welcome to your Revive practice. My name is Kathleen, and we're going to focus today on our hips. Right, so we're going to focus on all over the hips, the front of the hips, the back of the hips, and the inner and the outer hips. So we'll challenge them, we'll strengthen them, and of course we'll open them. I'm going to invite you to come into a seat and sit upright. Have your collarbones lifting up. First part we're going to do is we're going to get into the challenging part first of all, and we will strengthen through our front hips, right? Our psoas. So extend your right leg long. You can have your left leg bent here. Collarbones lift up, flex your toes, gently push your belly button towards your spine, and then lift the leg up. That's the job of this front hip, is to lift your leg, right? Breathe. Just feel a little bit of the shakiness. Just notice the muscle and awareness if it goes into your back. If you feel that, pull your belly button in. I find engaging or touching your core helps to that muscle to turn on. Or you lower your leg a little more. Lower that leg down, bend that knee, extend the other one. Engage your core. It's connected to your psoas, right? It's connected to your hip flexors. Firm into this foot into the floor and then hover the leg. See how this side feels. So allow your breath just to come and go as it will. It might be a little bit faster here. Noticing this side. Keep lifting up. Awesome. Put the leg down. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left leg. Belly engages. Toes flex. Lift the leg perhaps a little higher. We're going to pulse here for 10, 9. Keep lifting collarbones. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Laying the foot down, bend the knee, extend the other. Same thing on that side. Core engages, lift the collarbones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, reach back. Now you're welcome to do that option again, or have your hands behind you. Extend the right leg long, so you're leaning back more, core is on. Flex the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg, other leg extend. Same thing, belly on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to do either of those two or the ones before. Both legs go back. Flex the toes, belly on. Breathing. Lift through your collarbones. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, come forward. Oh, come to the front of your mat. Take your feet wide. Bend your knees and just fold here. And slow your breath down. Notice those front of the legs. Front of the thighs, front of the hips. Slow your breath right down. Just bring your awareness, scan it now to the sides of your hips, the backs of your hips, and the inner parts. One more deep breath in, and a long breath out. And take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine looking forward. Step your left leg back into a low lunge, back knee down. So Sweep your arms up, breathing in. Now we're releasing through that psoas, hip flexors. Hand comes to the floor, downward facing dog. Stepping back, root your hands down into the floor. Sit bones lift up, belly pulls in. Let your head go so your neck is long. Make some deep breaths here. Ripple forward to a plank position. Option to drop your knees here, low plank, exhale. In cobra, breath in, lift your chest up. Forehead goes down, that's 1 of 3. 2 more times, tops of the feet, press in, lifting up. And forehead down, exhale. Time, deep breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale. Float your left leg to the ceiling, breathing in. Bend your knee, peel your hip open. So there's a side hip, lift the knee a little higher, inhale. And step your foot through to warrior 1. Back heel plants down. Reaching up, breathe in. Step forward to the front of your mat to fold down. Halfway lift. Bow and fold, exhale. Rise to stand, reach up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms float up, big breath in. Down we flow, long breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Right leg steps back, back knee down. Float your arms up, press your back hip forward. Downward facing dog, exhale. Ripple forward, breathing in. Lowering down, breathing out. Just 1 now, back bend. Inhale, maybe take an up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg flows up, inhale. Step it through for warrior 1. Back heel down, so you feel back inner thigh engaging. Nice, and then front of the mat, step or fold. Let's do that one more time. Rise up, big breath in. Hands to heart. Reach up, fill up. Fold down, exhale. Halfway lift. Left leg back. Reaching up, fill up, breathe in. Downward facing dog. High plank. Low plank. Lift the chest. Downward dog. Oh, left leg reaches up. Step it through, warrior 1. Reach up, breathe in. Front of the mat, step or fold. Rise up, inhale. Hands together. Reach up, breathe in. Bow and fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Right leg back, exhale. Reaching up, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. High plank pose, breath in. Low. Good, lift the chest, inhale deep. Downward facing dog, exhale. Now the right leg lifts up. I realized I forgot a little scorpion dog here. So feel side hip, cool, and then stepping through. Vera one, back heel firms down, inhale. Front of the mat, stepping and bowing. Rise all the way to stand, big breath in. Come into chair pose this time as you empty. We're sitting down. Firm into your feet. Right, both of your feet ground down into the floor. Firm a lot into your left foot. Lift your right heel off the floor. Now that might be where you stay. You just feel steady through your outer hips as they squeeze towards each other, so they're hugging in. And then just to balance that inner thighs, spiral them outwards. Option to come up on the tippy toes or the whole foot to lift. Hands together. We're taking it into a warrior three. So stepping the leg back. Your warrior three might have your hands to the floor or to a block. Plug the thigh bone into your hip socket. Press into your standing foot. Breathe. We're activating this lifted glute here, the back leg, and the outer hip here, the standing one, the stabilizer. All right, let's just come forward now, lifting the leg up. Yeah, sort of like a Karate Kid leg, flexing the toes. We take a twist. Turn your torso to the side. Option to have your hand to your knee. All right, to get to the side leg, you might even grab the outer edge of your lifted foot. And then you really get into the side hip there. Whew. Keep grounding down into your standing leg. Release that leg if you've got it. We're going to take the leg all the way back into a warrior two. So here our hips open out to the side, bending through your front knee. Pull your front ribs in so you're steady through the middle. We'll move from here to Skandasana. So front leg straightens, back knee bends. You can come nice and low here with your chest. Keep pulling belly in. There's the inner part of your hip, the inner part of your thigh. And the more you lower down, the more you'll feel it. Awesome. From here, Prasarita. So both feet come down, toes to the side of the mat. I'm just going to turn. And you fold forward. And you fold down. There's the inner thighs releasing. Now if you squeeze the feet towards each other, that activates the inner thighs while you release. It's a really smart way to open the body. Okay, we're going to come to goddess pose. So heels come in, toes stay out. Drop your sit bones down, down, down. Inner thighs keep moving outwards. Pelvis drops. You might want to move side to side here. The belly pulling in. All right, plank pose. Look to the front of your mat. Maybe it's a three-legged plank, right, with the leg hovering. Low plank, exhale. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a walk, a jump or a hop to the front of your mat. Chair pose, Utkatasana, inhale. Take a big breath in there. Now open your mouth, exhale. Now the weight in the right foot, left heel hovers. Feel that weight shift and evenly distribute now so that you feel steady. Outer hips in, inner thighs out. Maybe the whole foot comes off or you stay just on your tippy toes. And you can slide the leg back for your warrior three. Now, maybe that you just keep it there, back toes down, front knee bent. If the foot comes up, flex the toes. Maybe you find hand to block or to the floor. Activate this back glute and hug this outer hip in. And breathe. And belly on, take a deep breath in. Awesome, coming forward, forward, forward. Nice. Okay, taking your twist, turn to the side. And standing foot grounding down, so that's that stabilizing hip muscle. And here's the psoas muscle, right? If you extend the leg, you'll feel it more. But taking a twist or grabbing the outer edge will release into the side of your hip. So you choose what you need. Keep lifting through the chest. One more deep breath. Oh, warrior two pose. Toa toa. Ground your feet down into the floor. Hips are opening to the side, like your arm bones in. Skandasana pose. Front leg straightens. We lift up the front toes, back knee bends. And then we come down. Might want hands to the floor, hands to prayer. And then just testing the waters as you lower a little bit more. I'm feeling into those inner thighs. Okay, one more. Deep breath in here. Prasarita, both toes down, folding forward. Interlace your hands behind your back this time. So you open through the chest. Feet squeeze in, feel the inner thighs engage. Lift the sit bones. Feel the backs of the legs open. Pull one more, breath in. Goddess pose, lift the chest, heels, shimmy and keep the bind as you peel the chest up and drop the sit bones down. Have a quick check at your knees. They're not knocking inwards, right? We want them outwards. You've got to activate your inner thighs here as well. Lifting chest, buoyant in your breath. One more. Release the bind, hands to the front of your mat. Three-legged plank, it'll be the other side for me. Yeah, or regular chaturanga or down dog, you choose. Breathe in. And downward facing dog, exhale. Take a big breath in here. Just open your mouth to empty. One more little flow. Deep breath in. Exhale. Right leg flows up. Step your foot through to a low lunge. Arms reach up as you inhale. And then lift the back knee for a high lunge. Exhale. Stork pose, push off your back foot, lift your knee up. Figure four, bring your left ankle above your right knee and drop your sit bones down. Outer hip hugs in, so we're centered, stabilizing our hip stabilizers, and opening through the outer hips as we lower, and belly pulling in. Come back a little. From here, it's eagle pose. So we're just going to slide the thigh over as we cross the legs. It'll be the left arm under. You might have opposite hand to opposite elbow and get a release into your shoulders. Ooh, embrace the wobbles. One more deep breath in. Okay, release the hands. Take your left leg down. Right leg, just sweep it behind your left. Walk your ankles away from each other. Crazy scissor pose. Bend and fold forward. This should feel really good. Just to balance that work that we just did on the hip stabilizer. Oh. You can have that block as high as you need it to be. You can fold. Some people even like to walk their torso to one side. It's your practice, so you explore. Right, let's bring our feet back together. Halfway lift, breath in. Optional vinyasa or downward facing dog, yogi's choice. Cool. We'll meet in down dog. We'll reach the left leg up and stepping through to a low lunge. Reaching arms up. High lunge. Good. Back glutes on as you kick forward, right, for your stork pose. And this is just to transition. Bend through your front knee. Figure four. Flexing the toes and grounding down into your standing leg. Notice if this standing hip wants to poke out, hug it in, belly in. Awesome. Here we go. Eagle pose. We slide top thigh over, squeeze the thighs. All right, so you feel the inner thighs engage. You might have this top toe down, belly on. This time it's the right arm that we wrap under, or opposite hand or opposite shoulder. So your eye gaze on one point. Dropping down. Notice where you feel it in your hips here. And maybe even close your eyes. Might challenge the balance a bit if your toes are not down like mine. Just notice where around your hips you feel this. Take one more breath in. Lifting up, release the arms, release the leg. Left leg goes behind for a crazy scissor pose. You come on the knife edge of your feet, right, so your big toes lift up. And then you hinge from your hips to fold. Hand to block or to the floor. Sending breath to the sides of your legs, the sides of your hips. Awesome. One more deep breath here. And release, feet together. Halfway lift, breathing in. Optional vinyasa, downward facing dog. Or downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up towards the ceiling and step it through for a low lunge. Bring both of your hands onto your front knee. We're going to hold this one for a little while, so you might want to put a cushion under this back knee, or you can roll up your mat. So be sure that your back hip is forward. Arms up, firm into your front foot. Hook the thumbs at the top. Lean towards your bent knee, right? The front bent knee, that is. And come back to the middle. Lean to the other way. Belly pulling in. Come up through the middle. Straighten your front leg. Just a little forward fold here. Release into your hamstring, back of your leg. Cool. Bend in your front knee. Little twist towards the side, right? The side of your front knee. Option to bend your back leg. Reach your right arm back to grab a hold of your foot or grab a strap if your foot feels far away. Loop it up, pull it in. There's the front of the hips we're releasing. If you gently activate the back of your hip, right, your glute, that will help with the release. Okay, we've got one more big breath in here. Release the foot down. Okay, half pigeon pose. Bend the right knee and take the back leg nice and long behind you. You can still have a little bit of padding there under the back knee if you like. If you're doing this live with me in the morning, you might want to stay lifted through your chest and invite that energetic boost. If you might have had a really busy morning, or you might be doing this later in the day, and so tune into whatever your energy is, and if you feel like folding forward, then take that option. And as always with pigeon pose, there should be no pain in the front knee. So if you're feeling that, take a figure 4 instead, lie on your back. Notice where you feel the sensation in this pose, which area of your hip. Do you feel the release? Also gripping. And then see if it is a real gripping and a tenseness. Investigate whether directing your breath to that area where you feel that gripping helps to chisel away at it, helps to soften it. And lift your chest up. Cow face pose, Gomukhasana. We're going to take our back leg now. Sweep it all the way around. Okay, so your knees are stacked here. Now a couple of things, if your sit bones aren't touching the floor, a really effective thing to do is to lie on your back. Have the legs as they are and pull the legs away from each other, dropping the head down, knees towards your chest. If you're in this upright position, you still want to take the feet away from each other. That'll intensify things. And you want to flex the toes so that the ankles are supported. Tune into your energy and decide if you want to stay lifted through the chest, if you want to fold forward. Perhaps you want to take cow face arms where the left arm bends. You might grab your top, your hands might come together at the back. Observing where in your hip region you feel this pose in your body. So if you're in the arm variation, release it. Bring your feet to a Baddha Konasana now, right? A butterfly pose, so inner thighs. Gently press your legs down with your arms. Stretch your chest forward. Send your hips back. Okay, lifting your chest up. Cross the ankles, come forward. Downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa if you want to flow out a little bit of movement there. We've just got the other side, right? Left leg reaches up and we step it through. Low lunge, bring both hands to your front knee. Belly in. Oh my gosh, apologies. Sorry. All right, we have hands on the front knee. Reach your arms up, interlace your thumbs the other way and lean to one side, lean to the left. Ooh, I feel this more on this side. Notice what you're experiencing in your body. And come up through the middle, lean to the other side. Come up through the middle in a fold forward. So front leg straightens a little. Toes are tucked, or not tucked, they're flexed. Use your breath. Use your breath now to get really present in your body. Breathing into the back of your left leg. And then bending that front knee to take your twist. Right, turning to the left side. This might be where you stay. Option to bend the back leg, reach your left arm back. That might be where you stay. If your hand and foot connect, go ahead, grab them. And you're actively pulling your foot towards your butt and engaging your back butt. Lifting up through your chest. Cool. All right, take one more deep breath in together. And release your foot down. All right, pigeon pose. Walk your left foot over. Now, in my pigeon pose, I generally have my foot close to my groin rather than having my shin parallel to the top of the mat. That's a personal preference for me because I don't want to put too much strain on my knee. Even if my hips are super open, the knee is a less, well, it's not as strong of a joint as our hips, right? So if our hips aren't ready to release, it goes somewhere else, right? Somewhere else gets the strain, and it'll be the lower part, which is your knee, which you don't really want to happen. All right, yogis, find your position here, whether it's a halfway forward fold, upright with your chest, or something else that you feel like. Perhaps it's round about now that you are noticing the grounding effects of the hip release. Even where there's challenge and there's resistance within the body, noticing that there's still also this calming wave available. You've got another 3 breaths here. Cow face pose, Gomukhasana. Lift your chest if it's not already. Sweep through the back leg around, and its knees stacked. Yeah. This doesn't feel right. Lie on your back. Take the supine cow face pose. You have your chest lifted. You can fold forward. Take the arm variation with the right arm bent at the top. Left arm comes around at the back, bend the elbow. To grab your top with the hands meet. If you're in this variation, point your top elbow up. Gently press the back of your head into your arm to help keep your neck nice and long. Some of us might even lean forward in this one and notice how that affects the hip region. Three more breaths. In the arm variation, gently release. If you're lying on your back, please make your way up to a seat. So come into Upavishta, last one for those, the inner hips, inner thighs. Now, if you're in this pose and your back's doing this, sit on a block right where your sit bones are, so that your pelvis then tilts forward. Flexing toes. Gently activate through the front of your thighs. And hinging forward, folding forward. Bring your hands to your outer hips and imagine that you're pressing your hips into your hands. That will also help you go a little deeper in the pose. Three more breaths. Working your hands back. Bringing your feet in, lie on your back. And we'll take a twist. Yogi's choice of twist. So it might be knees together. And then just notice too, like how low your legs are. That affects whether you feel it more through the mid region, right, the spine, or whether you feel it more in the hips. Just experiment with that. Doesn't matter which side, we'll even it up. Slow your breath right down. Go to the other side, supine twist. One more breath in here. Come back to the middle. We'll set up for our resting pose, Shavasana. Your resting pose today could be your regular Shavasana. Yeah, or you might want to bring your knees together and have your feet apart. And this is called constructive rest pose. And it's a beautiful way to invite some rest and restoration to your nervous system. And it also affects one of our hip flexors, our psoas, but more so the part of the muscle that comes into the belly region. Still affects it though. So wherever you are, just invite a heaviness, letting go. Allow yourself to be fully supported on the ground beneath you. Soften your eyes. soften your breath. Stay as long as you need to. I hope your hips feel fantastic today and tomorrow, and whenever you need this class, it's always here. Namaste.